Hey folks, welcome back to Skyward Sword. We're suited up and ready to go. It's time to begin our actual adventure down on the surface. He's totally jealous. See, get it? Because they always wear this. Because, yeah. And that is a very good idea. As of right now, all we have is a sword, and we have access to a lot more than that. And that'll make the upcoming area a lot more manageable. So let's get moving.
Hey.
Oh no, not you. This kid is Cawlin, spelled C-A-W-L-I-N, 'cause birds. We met him before briefly and got the basic assumption that he's a wimp, and that's not gonna change. But he will give you a very useful item, the Adventure Pouch. This is essentially what lets you store a variety of items, both your shields and bottles. And I think other things too, but those are the important things. Hint hint, go to the bazaar. Now that's actually a little tricky. Or not necessarily tricky, but misleading. He suggests buying a shield, which is technically true, you can buy a shield there, but we actually have an easier way to get one. Oh, by the way, I removed that thing on the side of the HUD. Makes things a lot cleaner. So something I didn't actually know for my first two playthroughs of the game, this guy will give you a free shield if you talk to him without one. Ta-da! Like most introductory shields, it's not too great. It is flammable, so any fire-type moves will destroy it. And also it's not very durable. We'll get more into shield durability as we get later on into the game. By later on, I mean the next area. Now watch this pro menu maneuver. Yeah, menus are now navigated by tilting the Wii Remote in a proper direction, and that was done so that you could just develop muscle memory for where each item is. So that's done with shields, bottles, and all the various collectible tool items that we'll get. Anywho, this is the bazaar. There are people to talk to, merchants to buy things from, and plenty of other various things that will all come into play at some point in the game. This here is a blacksmith dude. He will upgrade the various items that you get. You can make a more durable shield, you can enhance certain weapons to make them stronger or give them more functionality. Overall very useful and very RPG. We'll be doing that plenty once we have more things to upgrade. These things, goddess chests. I will have things to say about them once we have access to getting the items within, but essentially they are one step longer than they should. They take one step longer than they should to get their prize. Yeah, this is a fortune teller. It will guide you on where to go next and also tell you where you can obtain certain collectible items that you will use for upgrading. Useful, but not entirely necessary. This is item storage. If you have excess shields or excess bottles or excess ammo pouches, you can store them here. This person technically sells ammo of all sorts and ammo pouches of all sorts, but I have only used him to buy new shields. Just not too useful otherwise. Yeah, generally ammo is easy enough to come along in this game that you really don't need to buy any. And last one, but definitely not least, is the potion shop. Probably the one I used the most. You can get health potions, stamina potions, shield restoring and health restoring potions, and a whole bunch of other things. And then you can also upgrade them with the lady's husband. Bottles, of course, are a classic Zelda item, all the way back to Link to the Past. And we will want all the empty bottles we can get, especially on Hero Mode. And it is a good idea to buy a potion at this point, just since we're going into the thick of things, and you may not be prepared for the dangers that lie below. And it's not expensive at all. It's 20 rupees. You've probably grabbed plenty of red rupees just by this point. Now we're on the topic of health restoring. I guess now would be a good time to point out that Link does in fact have 6 hearts. That's rather unusual for a Zelda series. Generally, he starts out with 3 and gains them as he goes along. But starting with 6, because apparently they didn't trust you to be any good. And it seems strange to me. Why wouldn't they just start you with 3 and make enemies weaker? Anyway, off we go into the sky. Oh god, Birdie, no. And this is how the overworld works, basically. This is the Hyrule field of the game, I suppose. Except it's the sky, and there's nothing frickin' here. There's a bunch of islands scattered way across different places with small things of interest. But overall, it feels very divided. It just does not have the same feel. Also, you will get sick of traversing it. I can guarantee it. And whenever we want to enter an actually cool part of the game, the main areas of the game, we'll head to these pillars of light and drop down. And bam, here we go, the reveal of the surface. Honestly, It's kind of an anticlimax, because pretty much anyone who's ever played a video game, or has lived in a life ever, realizes that yes, there probably is a surface down there, and will not be surprised when, lo and behold, there is. And especially a very, like, peaceful, calm one here. It's just all those legends about, oh, there's nothing beneath the clouds, or it's some sort of hell, go away, and there's no impact to them, and any possible build-up that they could have managed, which they didn't really do very well, just is lost. On the other hand, they do throw enemies at you right away, so I guess there is some sort of element of danger, except this is still very much tutorial enemies, so not really. Their mouths will open in a certain direction, and you have to slash so that your sword goes through them properly. What do you want, Fee? Yeah, Fee will play Navi for you. I don't think I've ever actually used that functionality. She'll give you tips on how to beat an enemy, and actually give you some information about your track record of defeating them. And it's neat, but lacks the charm that, say, Tattle had. And generally, enemies are pretty self-explanatory. Now, another great way to take care of Babas is to parry them by thrusting out your shield when they attack. Definitely my preferred method. So yep, definitely something evil down there, probably something sealed. Speaking of seals, that is a Sheikah symbol up there. It's the second time we've seen the Sheikah, but the first we've seen them in a plot-relevant situation. Well, I guess we'll have to head down. What are you doing, Link? You're going straight towards something that tried to eat you in an evil vision. Just not a good idea. It even sounds evil. So I'm totally extrapolating here, but I personally think it's really cool that this, like, evil seal thing is way down at the bottom of a very large pit, and, like, the seal is pointed downwards, and it's just a complete contrast to how everything related to Link is up in the sky, pointing upward, skyward. Just a cool juxtaposition there that may or may not have been intentional. And here we have a rather central game mechanic. Not super central, but we'll be using it a lot. Essentially, go into a first-person mode and peek around to find various things that you're looking for. Because Fee is apparently a thing detector. And let's get out of this hole. We can use this dowsing mechanism to basically point our way to the next location that we need to go to. And you might have seen on the wall there were some like scribblings, some drawings. I will show those later. I neglected to at this point because I'm an idiot. But they are interesting, and I will be sure to show them. But all we gotta do now is ride these air currents with our sailcloth and get back up to this door. And here we have the sealed temple. Once again, a very important location. I'm not sure what's more impressive, the hair or the hat. Probably the hat, because the hat is pointing skyward, and that's thematically fitting. Then again, she has been waiting here for many years, so having her hair swing like a pendulum and keep time is also thematically fitting. What I'm saying is that I really like her character design. Now I like that. Zelda actually has her own adventure, just completely off-screen while Link is doing his stuff. And you get a little peeks into it, but she overall has her own adventure that I'd really like to see more of. And this is a convenient little way to help you navigate areas. Generally, I don't actually use it for setting up a final destination. I use it kind of as a helpful guide of which path I should take. It's pretty hard to get lost in this game. And as she mentioned, there's a very useful treasure chest here. Would highly recommend picking it up because it holds our second bottle. Already given us 2 bottles. They don't really have much faith in our ability to kill things. And over here we have a save point. Pretty simple. Save points that are located outdoors also have one added functionality. You'll see that in a bit. Anywho, that takes care of the sealed grounds, and I will see you guys next time for the Faron Woods.